It's time for social studies. Welcome. In this lesson, we shall learn about wildlife and tourism in Kenya. Do you like going on a safari? Good. Now, let's learn about wildlife and tourism. As we start off, I want you to reflect on that time you went on a safari, you went out there, you went to observe, maybe to see animals. Do you remember that time? Maybe you went as a school, you went with your parents, you went with your guardian. How was it? As we start off, who is a tourist? Who is a tourist? Have you ever been a tourist yourself? A tourist is a person who travels from a new place to a new place for fun, adventure, or to learn new things and then goes back home. So that time you went on a safari for fun, for adventure, or even to learn new things, you are a tourist. So when you hear tourists, don't just think of people coming from other countries. We have local tourists and we also have tourists from other countries. What do you think attracts tourists in our country? There are many tourist attractions in Kenya. One, with national parks and game reserves like Masai Mara, Tsavo, Amboseli, and people go there to see wild animals like lions, elephants, zebras, and other animals as well. Kenya also boasts of having sandy beaches, very beautiful sandy beaches at the coast like Mombasa, Diani, and Malindi. We also have got Mount Kenya. Mount Kenya, for your information, is the second highest mountain, is the second highest mountain that we have in Africa. So people go for mountain climbing and also for hiking. With the Great Rift Valley, so a long valley with lakes and hot springs is found in Kenya, and it's a great site for viewing nature. So we've talked about national parks and game reserves with beautiful sandy beaches. Like where I'm recording this video, behind me, you can see the Indian Ocean. I'm in Diani. Who wants to join me? Good. I'm enjoying sandy beaches at the coast. With other tourist attraction sites that attract tourists in our country. So with lakes like Lake Victoria, Lake Nakuru, Lake Naivasha, which are home for birds and other animals. Have you ever visited any of these lakes? I've heard you saying yes. We've also cultural sites like the Bomas of Kenya and the Maasai villages where tourists learn about Kenyan culture. Another major tourist attraction is historical sites like Fort Jesus in Mombasa and Kariandusi near Gilgil. These are historical and prehistorical sites where tourists learn about Kenyan history. I pose a question. What is the difference between game park and game reserve? I'm a very good teacher. I've given you the answer. A game park is a place where wild animals live and they are protected by the national government. National government. I've repeated 3 times. Protected by the national government. And in game parks, apart from tourism, no other human activity is allowed. So in a game park, no collection of firewood, no collection of honey, no hunting, no grazing in a game park. with examples of Nairobi National Park, Amboseli National Park, and other national parks as well. A game reserve is also a place where wild animals live, but it's owned and managed by county governments. Game park was national government. Game reserve, county government. And in a game reserve, they allow few human activities like collection of firewood, grazing, collection of honey. Those activities they've been allowed in game reserves. A good example is Masai Mara Game Reserve that is managed by Kajiado County Government. You've a picture of Nairobi National Park. That's the main gate, and with Masai Mara National Reserve. So you've now known the difference between a national park and a national reserve. And also there is a map that is showing main game parks and game reserves that we have in our country, Kenya. What are the contributions of tourism to the economy of Kenya? One, it creates jobs. There are people who work in hotels, airports, travel companies, and even shops. Tourism also brings in foreign money. Tourists from other countries, they bring money to Kenya. Like if we were tourists that's coming from China, you see, in China, they don't have Kenyan shillings. So when the tourists will be coming to Kenya, they'll come with their money from their country. So that money becomes foreign exchange, foreign money. And now we shall use that money to buy things from that country that we may require from our country. Tourism also improves roads and towns. You'll find that the government builds better roads, airports, and hospitals in areas where tourists visit. Tourism also supports business because tourists, they buy local food, they buy clothes, they buy crafts. Like here where I am, I've seen many of these people, business people who've come to me selling to me clothes, crafts, ornaments, and so on and so forth. So when I purchase, or any other tourist for that matter purchases, that will be money that will support our economy. With contributions of wildlife to the economy, so wildlife attracts tourists, it creates jobs, earns money, because like for you to enter a game park, you have to pay the entrance fee. So that money will help the economy. It also promotes education. My dear grade 5 learner, now I told you I'm in Diani. I can't wait for you to join me. We go on a safari. I've been your online teacher, Mr. Safari. See you next time as we learn more and more. Goodbye.